What got out? I'm black!
What?
That's gotta be racist. There's no way.
Hey, black people.
What's going on, everybody? It's Kata, aka A Little Too Short, and I want to have a conversation about the entertainment, particularly the entertainment that is coming out of the West. Because ever since about 2015-ish time frame, you've noticed that a lot of the things that you used to watch started to lean a certain way. And by that, I mean the weirdos in Hollywood and those that work in the government who have their little fingers all over the Hollywood executives have pulled the line so far to the left that anyone else who's on the opposite side of them, they try to deem like they're going to be running down the halls of the Capitol. Like, when did saying a girl is a girl and a boy is a boy mean that I have a swastika down there in my basement? It doesn't make any sense. But we're about to get into all that. But before we do, I need y'all to do 3 things for me. Like the video, share the video, and please also subscribe to the channel. And if you don't do all 3 of those things, that's perfectly fine, because your media being infiltrated by a bunch of far leftists will be the least of your worries, because I'm gonna strap you down in that cuck chair right there and make you watch all of Birds of Prey on a loop at 0.5 speed.
Oh, hell no!
I don't make the rules. Let's get into it. Yes, we are talking about the buzzword that a lot of these people on a certain side of the aisle like to throw out at people who disagree with them on anything. You're a sexist! No, not that one. You transphobe! That's kind of like a alternate way of saying the first one, but I get your enthusiasm. You homophobe! That's quite literally almost the exact same as the one you said before. Come on, guy. Bigot! Almost. Racist! Close. A leftist that's talking to a black person who's not saying the things that you want them to say.
He's out of line, but he's right.
Nah, man, almost, man. I mean, even though you're right, that's not the term that we were looking for. The term we're looking for is
Nazis.
yes, anyone who slightly disagrees with the fringe weirdos gets deemed one of the worst human beings to ever grace the planet. We all know what the mustache man and his friends were doing all throughout Europe. They are a abhorrent group of people that no one with any kind of common sense would agree or align with, which is why you have people that are weirdos on the internet, people that work for the mainstream media, and even political candidates trying to equate the people that they don't like with those individuals, because it's an easy gotcha, because nobody wants to be a Nazi, nobody wants to be a racist, a sexist, a bigot, whatever buzzword you can throw out. So it's easy to throw that term out, because all it does is delegitimize whatever argument you're using, and it dehumanizes you, and it makes it easier for these individuals to try to wish some harm to fall upon you. And as you saw a few weeks ago with the death of Charlie Kirk, it absolutely works. So why is it important that I'm making this video and others are talking about it? Because what people don't understand is that our culture is pop culture. Everything that we digest, from our movies to our television shows to our video games to our anime to our books to our comics, that influences the entirety of our culture. So if you make all these products that say that people who lean slightly right or are moderate Nazis, people are going to start thinking that way. So when it comes to television shows like Peacemaker, it's very clear to see exactly who they're talking about when they make these comparisons. You know for a fact when James Gunn is making this Nazi world that some idiot on Twitter was gonna go, man, that's just like our world for real. Not understanding that if this was the actual Fourth Reich, as these idiots like to say, whenever they type all this dumb shit on Twitter and have free Palestine and trans flags in their fucking bio, somebody would knock on their door and round them up. Regardless, he knew that was going to happen. People were going to equate the two, especially when he puts in lines like this where she goes, well, maybe this world isn't too different than the one we come from, or something like that. I'm spitballing off of memory here. Who do you think he's talking about? I don't know. Maybe the media literacy crowd can tell me. It's in almost every fabric of all entertainment, man. The Boys, a show that started out very well, mind you, went off the deep end where they just started throwing jabs at everyone who's slightly right or conservative. Like, yeah, they'll take a styrofoam hammer to the left every once in a while, but then when they want to start making fun of conservatives, they take out an entire RPG and blow that shit up. I mean, look at Homelander. He is quite literally a caricature of Trump, and everyone knows it. They glorify Antifa in that show, which is a left-leaning organization. everyone knows what you're doing. And I know there's gonna be an idiot like, if you're not a Nazi sympathizer, why do you care? Well, I don't know. Maybe because you told me, somebody who just thinks a boy is a boy and a girl is a girl, you said I'm a fucking Nazi because of that. Maybe it's because I said I want my neighborhood to be safe and clean and I want the borders to be protected. You called me a Nazi. Maybe it's because I said, hey, I don't want my child knowing about sexual themes in their television shows. You called me a Nazi. You call everyone who disagrees with you that term, and specifically you talk about conservatives or Republicans or anyone who is not as far left as you. So of course, when we see it in the media, how else are we supposed to take it when that's all that you say? You stupid motherfuckers. Like, that shit irritates me. I hate it where it's like, well, if you're not one, then why do you care? Nigga, you just called me one the other day. What are you talking about? But to take it back to Peacemaker and entertainment, the reason why I'm making this video is because it is fucking lazy, man. It is the laziest form of storytelling that you could ever do. Hey, we need to make sure that our antagonist is not redeemable and nobody can relate to them. Well, let's just make them a racist, or let's just make them a Nazi. It's lazy. You don't have to do any kind of work to make your villain interesting at that point. All it is, hey, everybody hates this label. Bam, let's slap it on them. And there we go. We have a story. It's fucking lazy, man. It's like if every time you make a movie or a TV show and you make the villain some kind of white male who has conservative values. Oh wait, it's almost like all of the entertainment that we start to get does that.
No way.
And it only goes one way, which is why it's so lazy. Why don't y'all ever make a movie or a TV show about somebody who is on the far left and is completely deranged? You never do that because your views align with theirs. If you don't believe me, check out some of the movies that have dropped this year alone. You have Eddington, which was a COVID kind of movie where they were shitting all over people that had conservative values. One just dropped recently, One Battle After Another, which quite literally glorifies Antifa throughout the entire film and even has scenes like this talking about pronouns.
Who's this?
Oh, they're just my friends.
Now, is that a he or a she or a they?
It's not that hard. They, them.
Okay, I just want to be polite.
It's very obvious to see where your leanings are, and that is boring. Like, nobody wants to continue seeing the exact same thing. Like, hell, if all the media they made was far-right media, it would be fucking boring, because it's like, we don't want to see the exact same thing over and over and over again. And calling the audience all these kind of words just because they disagree with you and expecting them not to pick up on that shows that you also think they're retarded as well. And the ironic thing is that it's always the peace and love community that is the most divisive. I will give you a perfect example of this. Me, as you can tell, I'm a black man. I'm not a Republican. I'm not really even conservative for real. I might have some kind of conservative values when it comes to like family and stuff like that, and guns, of course, but I lean more libertarian than anything. I had a conversation with somebody on the internet, and I basically said expecting me to think a certain way because of my skin color is more racist than anything else. Thinking that because I'm black, I'm supposed to vote Democrat or I'm supposed to act a certain way is super freaking racist. Like, why can't I have my own thoughts as a black individual? And you want to know the funniest thing? All the people that called me raccoons, baboons, all kind of slurs that you could think of had trans flags in their bios, LGBTQ flags in their bios, peace and love, free Palestine, and they never talk about the Congo, by the way, which has actual child slavery happening right now. But regardless, all those individuals called me every name that you can think of. And you want to know who were the most accepting, the ones who respected my opinion, even if they disagreed with me on certain points? It's the people that they like to deem
Nazis.
And that right there is why they continue to say the things that they say. It's because it's all a projection. They don't want people to see them for how they actually are, so they try to deem their enemies a certain word that everyone doesn't like because they themselves actually practice the things that they are criticizing.
Am I so out of touch? No, it's the children who are wrong.
So I say all this to say, why is this happening? Well, it's quite simple. Hollywood is an echo chamber, and not just any echo chamber, it is a far left echo chamber. They do everything they can to virtue signal because they just want pats on the back from their peers. Most writers, producers, and execs live in Los Angeles or New York City. They all follow the same people on Twitter, read the same blogs, and hang out in the same circles. They genuinely believe that their worldview is the only moral one, and anyone who disagrees must be evil or brainwashed. So instead of writing stories to understand people, to tell moral messages, to try to bring people together and make people happy, they write stories to attack them. They truly don't care about the audience, they only care about the cheers from their peers. And it's quite ironic, right? These are the same people who talk about tolerance and empathy, but the second you say something that they don't agree with, they go,
Oh boy. Nazis.
and at the end of the day, it's not even about the left or the right. It's about lazy storytelling and moral arrogance. You can have left-leaning stories that are deep, challenging, and empathetic, but when every character who disagrees with you is a villain and they are a white straight male, you're not making art, you're making propaganda. And again, it's not helping anyone, it's just dividing people even more, because now half the audience is like, yo, this show clearly hates me, and the other half gets this fake sense of moral superiority, like, yeah, we're the good guys, and they don't even give you viewership because they don't watch your stuff anyway. So Hollywood, the AAA gaming space, and any of these other media giants, if you guys actually cared about inclusivity, maybe try including people who don't agree with you and still treat them like human beings. Because right now, if you're not far left, you're a villain in their eyes, you're subhuman in their eyes, and that's not very tolerant, is it? But hey, y'all, let me know what y'all think down below. Do you agree? Do you disagree? Are you indifferent and don't give a shit? Put it in the comments and we'll talk about it all. But until next time, please be safe. It is crazy out here. Wash your face, brush your teeth. Please get behind your earlobes because you smell like baby necks. If you don't know what a baby neck smells like, I envy you. But until next time, it's been your boy Kata, aka Khalil Too Short, aka the Fine Auntie Hunter, aka the Pretty Toe Appreciator. I will see you on the next one. Peace out.